All right, so let's get started. We're going to start off with hip circles, actually. So we're just going to do these ones where you take it out. We're going to change this as well. So we're opening up through the hip. We're going to change the direction of this in a second. So, this is really good for hip opening, but when we do it the other way, think about if you were to climb over a short fence or, I don't know, like baby gate kind of height type of thing. So we're going to do another one here, and I want you to change the direction. So it goes out and around, out and around. Okay, so just some more hip opening. Try to keep yourself sort of planted. This will also engage those side glutes a little bit as you're balancing on the one leg. So up and around, up and around. Or if you had a visual, something like, stepping up and over something. Let's go one more each side. Good, and then last one, there. Okay, let's go into side lunges, alternating legs. So that type of movement is something that you might catch yourself if you walk through the woods. Maybe you're hiking and you have to, step over a big branch, climb over something like that. So let's go another couple here. Just getting that mobility, getting the body warmed up a little bit more. Last one. And let's go into those hamstring splits, alternating legs, and up and open, and switch. So scoop, up and open. This always feels good. And just getting that extra little stretch. Take the time to really open it up. Great. One more each side. Starting to feel a little warmer, even we haven't really moved too much. And good. So let's go into a narrow squat, not too narrow, but fairly narrow. So squat and side reach. Alternate your legs. So, in the squat, you can choose the depth that you feel comfortable with. If you're not doing the squat, you just do the side reach. Really opening up. Here. And good. Okay. Squat and reach. One here, and I'm going to get to an alternating back lunge. As you reach your arms up, you're going to rotate a little bit to the same side as your front leg. Drop down. Good. Okay, so good to see everybody moving. Any little bit of movement usually gets you craving a little more, don't you think? You start off with the first couple of minutes getting your body moving, and then you start to feel more motivated. Okay, one more on each side. Reach. Sometimes that's all it takes, right? Last one. And okay, let's go into a squat, and we're going to take that, open it up and start off that small range of motion. And nice and easy. Right, so if you're sedentary throughout the day, this is a great hour or so workout, but even throughout the day, sometimes just taking a few minutes to do a little bit more movement like this to help loosen up your body if you've been at the computer or maybe reading for a big chunk of time last month. This feels really good. Okay, big arm circles, start off small if you need to bend your elbows. And just a little bit more of this mobility here. Let's go another one each side. Okay, and then you're going to take your arms in and you're going to open. In and open. This should be nice and dynamic. Just getting the blood flow. And actually, one more thing for the rotations and that mobility, and then we'll get your body moving a little bit more. So a little bit of step and rotate. Step and rotate. Nice and easy on this. I don't want you to force it, but it just helps release. And your arms are pretty well relaxed here. One more each side. And let's go into the jog or that march. Let's go. And of course, that's when if I haven't tracked my workout, I do that now. It's a good reminder. All right, so we're going to keep it moving, keep it flowing. That is the idea. And if you need to modify anything at all, please do. All right, I want you to take a diagonal forward lunge if you can. This might not be for everybody, but a diagonal and up. So you are not twisting your knee. Make sure you pivot a little bit. So on that angle and lift. Okay. And it doesn't have to be a super low. Maybe you're stepping, right? Maybe it's just a little calf raise. And you can, as long as it feels okay. Excellent. One more each side. Getting nice and warm. Last one. Jog or march again. And let's go. All right. Now, we're a few minutes in now, and hopefully you're feeling ready to get going. All right, last bit of that conditioning. Remember, you can march it, you can jog it. Always pretty much the same, right? And jog or march if you're comfortable. You're going to go into the jump jacks. Last little bit of this warm up. Okay, you know how it works. You can always do the low jack. You can stay with the jogging or marching. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And keep your feet moving. Shake your arms and grab some water here if you need it. Turn my fan on there. Okay, so grab some water, keep your feet moving. And so anytime we grab the weights, if you have 2 sets of weights or a couple, maybe grab your lighter set. You may not be ready for a bit heavier just yet. So let's try this. It's a squat. And when you take it from here, so squat, it's a bicep curl. And I want you to see my back this side. My heel's going to lift. I'm going to reach up. Squatting. And then switching. Okay. So be careful with this. There's a bit of rotation. And if you're not comfortable with that, you can always do just a bicep curl shoulder press. Make sure there's no twisting with the knee. That's why we lift up the back heel and squat and reach. Okay, your core engaged with that rotation movement that on that angle. We're going to engage our core more than if we're just stationary. Movement. And it's a loaded movement. If you're twisting the knee, if it's bothering you at all, just make sure you stay still. Okay. Modify anything that you might need. One more each side. Good. One more time here. Excellent. Okay, now get rid of one of your weights. I'm going to get you to try this right away. Now, of course, some of you may not be comfortable with the lunge, so just modify as you need. You're going to do an alternating back lunge, halo, the same way. So you keep alternating your legs and you alternate the halo. Let's try that. Lunge, halo, together. Now, if you're not comfortable with, the lunge, you can always do like a step back and halo. So see if I just do that, I'm not in a lunge. Maybe that's an option for you. Core tight, try to keep your body nice and still. Same, we're working those the abdominal muscles, your core muscles a little bit more. And I want you to think about what is involved in your core. So this is not just abdominal muscles. Our stabilizers through the hips have to be engaged so we're not rocking. Good. Let's go 2 more each side. Drop and around. Okay, if you're needing to modify that, make sure you do 1 more each side. And excellent. And all right, bring your weights, your weight down. Go ahead, put it down, and I'm going to get you to go into a jog or a march for 30 seconds. And it's going to be a minute, so 30 seconds to start. Jog or march. All right, make sure you modify if you need. You're here. Second movement is going to be a quick squat. So I'll show you when we get there. It's more like a pulse squat or like a quick. show you when we get there. So jog or march. Oh, the sun is coming through. Nice sunny time now. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, watch me on this one. It's pretty quick. So like I'm not jumping. I'm just doing a quick pulse. Pulse. Second round, when we do this one, if you're comfortable, we'll change that to the jump. So quick, butt back. So no tension in the knees, modify if you need. Okay, please make sure you do that. 5 seconds. Pulse. 3, 2, and 1, and then release. Okay, shake up your legs, and we're going to go into a slightly different movement. Instead of the diagonal, I am going to get you to a side squat. Feet together, shoulder press. Side squat. Feet together, shoulder press. Now, if you're not doing a squat, maybe you even step. Okay, so it's getting a little bit of movement with that one. Okay, so either some squat and press. And if you have a knee injury, maybe again, you're just doing a side step. I'm not bending my knee at all if I do that. Side, together. Side, together. All right, so you'll notice, yes, we're doing supersets, but I just feel like changing it quite a bit today. So you may have some repeat movements. Otherwise, I think today, a lot of variety should be good. All right, almost there. And after this one, I'll go one more each side. Sometimes those hand weights, those dumbbells can feel quite heavy, depends on what you've been up to, right? Okay, and release. Okay, so on this one, I want you to be aware, we are going to do an alternating back lunge again, but we're not going to do a halo. You're going to do a wood chop. So this is how it's going to go. So if you need to keep it small, you step back, side, together, side, together. Now, if you're comfortable, my arms are more straight. I'm taking a bigger movement. I'm coming all the way up. I reset, okay? Down, lift, reset each time. I want you to alternate. I don't want you to be rushing through this movement. So that full wood chop always comes back to the center before you switch. Keep your core engaged. Yeah. So if that needs to be a smaller movement, no problem. No lunge, a step back. 2 more each. And if you're not careful, you could put some strain on your back. So just make sure you're choosing a range that feels good. This is your last one. And up. All right. I did not mean to put my knee down on the floor, but sometimes that happens. Okay, put your weight down, jog or march again when you're ready. And you can always stay with the jog or march for the full minute, or we'll do 30 seconds jog or march, those pulse squats, or a little pulse jumping squat if you're up for it. Okay, so at high knees, speed run, march, movement, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Pulse squats, jump. And I don't want to come very high up off the ground, and I want to just keep going into those pulses. Okay, so whatever you feel. Stay with this jogging if you like. For some other movement, soft knees, soft landing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, shoot at your legs and grab some water. All right, hopefully that feels good. And your heart rate may come up a little bit on that. Let's keep the feet moving. And we will get into another set of exercises. Hopefully you're feeling good now. All right, so both feet are down. We're gonna do a deadlift to an upright row. So no bend in, well, a slight bend in the knees, but it's more of a hinge or tip from the hips, right? So we tip, stand tall, upright row. Okay. Back of the legs, low back. So if a slight bend in the knee and really sticking your butt back as opposed to rolling forward. Okay, so here's the difference, right? Stick your butt back, neutral neck. Sometimes we can get carried away and roll like this. That's not what we're looking for. I want you to feel it down the back of your legs, looking just slightly in front. Wait, let's get the upright row here. Tip and upright row. Excellent. Excellent. So back of the legs and shoulders. If you need to, you're maybe not doing the upright row. Sometimes with shoulders that can be a bit tricky, so beware. Let's go another 2. One more time here. Excellent. Okay. And I want you to alternate your legs with this one. You're going to crouch forward. We're going to do a nice wide row and push it back. Okay, so the wide row, neutral neck. And so we're still, again, working the back of the legs. Core engaged as we take that movement forward. Okay, so keeping the neutral neck. You don't want to be holding tension in the neck. Okay, so let's carry on. A few more here. Core engaged. 2 each side. Of course, your own pace. If you find you're holding tension in your neck, maybe the narrow grip is a lot better for you. 1 more each. Good. 1 more time. Excellent. Okay. Okay, go ahead, put your weights down. We're going to do a bit of that conditioning. So on this one, you're going to do the ladder run, and then we're going to go into the jump jack. So the ladder run is something that even if you're doing low impact, you should probably be okay. Let's give it a try. 30 seconds of this movement first. Out and in. Even if it's low impact, right? Out, out, in. We're light on the feet. We're engaged. So just a small movement. Out and in, out and in, out and in. Now, the jump jacks. If you're comfortable, you can do some air jacks. You can do low jacks. You can do regular jacks in 3, 2, and 1. So regular jack, low jack, some air jacks and power, right? A little more power and soft landing. So if you have the space and you'd like to do that, go for it. Otherwise, you have all the options. And of course, you can stay with the ladder run. It doesn't really matter to me. It's about movement and a bit of that conditioning. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Excellent. Keep your feet moving. All right, changing things just a little bit. And if you need a sip of water, go ahead and grab it. We're going to do the deadlift again, but we're going to try a single leg deadlift this time, but alternating your feet. So when we do that, we're engaging those muscles around the hips a little bit more for balance, maybe ankles and feet and calves. So let's try to work around the glute the most. So we're going to still do the single, or still do the deadlift to the upright row, and then we switch legs. So this is second set, slightly different. If you prefer, you can always have both feet planted like we did the first time, and just a little bit of extra balance, coordination when you do this. When you do this, right, your shoulders are back, nice and tall, great. Tip and up, great. Alternating legs. Almost there. One more each side. That's fun. Great. All right, big shoulder roll. You can keep those weights if you like. This time for the row, we're going to stay planted. And we're going to go into the wide, sort of the wide or the mid, but we stay planted. So last time we moved a little bit. This one we're going to stay put. And if you like that movement, go ahead and do that again. Maybe 3 wide rows and then stand if you're feeling that that's a better option for you. Okay. So wide row. You need to stand anytime. No problem. Just make sure you're resetting yourself. Well, I'm just going to go another 10 seconds of this one, and then you can choose what is best. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Stand, big shoulder roll. Okay, put your weights down. We're keeping the flow. So remember, if you need to modify, please do. It's a ladder run again. And we'll actually, I think, yeah, we'll do the same. So ladder run, if you'd like to stay with that, go ahead. I'm not going to change this one. So let's go ladder out and in first. Okay, make sure you find something that feels right for you. This is when you can shake your arms, release some tension in the neck if you found that when you did the row. And keep it moving. 30 seconds of this, and then the 30 seconds of the jacks, whatever that looks like. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Jump jacks, air jacks, regular jacks. .30 seconds. So whatever you need. You like those. Yeah. Jack in the box kind of thing, right? And 5 seconds. 2, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Okay, so always so many options for you. Shake out your arms, keep your feet moving, grab a sip of water. All right, so far so good. And we're carrying on with the flow of the sequence and the format today. All right. You probably want to grab a lighter set of weights on this one because we're going to go into the side raises. So we're just going to stay planted actually on this one. So side raises, just stay put. Okay, no legs, just standing still. Okay, we'll change this next round, but this one right now, just stationary side raise. Okay, so if it feels like it's too light now, you can possibly go heavier, but this type of movement, you don't need a lot of weight. Excellent. So we're going to make things, we're going to change things up just a little bit on the second movement. Adding a little bit of legs. Number 5, 4, feel the shoulders. 2, 1, release. Okay, big shoulder roll. Okay, so we're going to move this around a little bit. So you're going to do a side crouch, and you're going to do the 3 different movements. So let me show you first. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to do a side. I'm going to take it back, and then I'm going to take it to the front like a V, and then I'm going to come in. So if at any time one of those 3 movements feels better, then do 3 of them. So it's a side raise, pull behind, and then like a V, step in. Okay, so you're going to be alternating your feet, and it's 3 together, 3 the other side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3 together. So if you prefer fly, like the extension, V doesn't have to be heavy, okay? Sideways. Oh, sorry, reverse fly. Pull back. And little muscles, little movements. Together. Let's go another one each side. Last one. If it's too heavy, maybe you're feeling strain, it's really important that you go with a light enough weight. Again, shoulder roll. Okay, so that should definitely feel like a full 360 around the shoulders. So we're doing the side raises, and then we're doing reverse fly, pull back, and that. So again, shoulder roll. Let's go into a jog or a march. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So I'm going to change things up a little bit on this next round. So modify if you need, please. You can always stay here. Give that an opportunity to shake out your arms if you like. Maybe it's a speed run. This next movement, we're going to do like a side step and hold, or a side jump and hold. Single leg. 3, 2, 1, and hold, over, hold, or step, hold, step, hold. So like a 2-second hold. Switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, 2. Shoulders, hips level. So sometimes we can, as we're moving, sometimes we might lean into it. Let's stay upright. Okay. Where you have your hands placed, maybe that helps keep everything properly aligned. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so that should feel good, around the hips, around the front of the thighs, just stabilizing. Okay, so this is the second set of these ones. I want you to be aware of this, that when we do the figure 8 side raise, we get the legs involved. I want you to stay, when you go into the squat, see how I'm going to stay nice and even here. I'm just going to reach up, down, and up. So sometimes I see leaning into it like that. I want you to stay as the best that you can. Nice and upright, nice and even. So since we're alternating legs, or sorry, alternating hands, feeding it through the legs, you might be okay doing a tiny bit heavier because each arm gets a little tiny break, maybe not. Okay, so another option with this one, if you're still not doing a squat, you can do, side switch, alternating, maybe feed it through, side raise behind you, and side raise. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay. Big shoulder roll on this one. And this one, we're going to change it just a little bit. We did the side step on this one, and we did the fly. I want you to do the forward. We're going to get rid of the V, and we're only going to do one. We're going to do the reverse fly and then shoulder extension. So it looks like this. Reverse fly, shoulder extension, and back. Okay, so a little more movement. We're only doing 2 of each. Push back. I always love doing this because it works those muscles that tend to be forgotten about. You know, if you have even slightly rolled shoulders, or those little muscles get forgotten about behind the shoulders, and it's so important for shoulder health for all angles, and also correct those imbalances most of us have. We don't have strong rear delts. Okay, neutral neck. Let's go another one on each side. Fly. Extension. One more here. Again, hopefully you feel that good way around behind the shoulders, no tension in the neck. Shake with your arms, let's go to a jog or the march, and then we'll do that side hop again. Jog or march. All right, get you moving, keeping you moving. I guess that's what it's all about, right? We're efficient in these classes. We want, you know, to work strength, endurance strength, loaded movement, overall fitness. Speed run maybe. Let me do that side hop again. You may be okay not doing the hold. It's not quite a skater though, so I want you to remember to stay nice and upright. And ready, let's go. So it can be quicker. 1 and 1. So the skater, we go behind, but in the side hop, you can do the hold. Same thing. Slow it down if you need. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe. Good. So a little bit in front of the thighs, around the glutes, all those stabilizers. All right, grab some water. So you'll notice we haven't done core always engaged throughout, but we haven't done any isolated core, so we will be saving that for the end. And on this one, I'm going to get you to start off with bicep curls, and we're going to do 1 bottom half, 1 fold. So choose your weight accordingly for that one. 1 bottom half, down, 1 fold. And repeat. 1 bottom and 1 fold. Excellent. 1 and fold. So we are isolating those biceps here. And we're going to isolate the triceps. Same, we're not going to add any lower body in this one. In the second round, we'll do it a little bit different. Let's go last one. Excellent. So those little bottom ones, they create a little more time under tension. So hopefully you feel that. We're going to just do that reverse movement. So if you can, you're going to do those tricep extend or tricep kickbacks. Now, a couple of different things with this one. So most of the time we go neutral wrist, right? If you can, here, Your elbows bend and then you extend, right? So, so start here neutral, and then as you pass them by you, you start to lift up your palms towards the ceiling. So if that bothers your wrists or anything, just make sure you modify. Just stay neutral. But getting that extra little twist, if it feels okay, still hinging from the elbows. See, I'm not going very fast. I want to be in control here. So getting that extra little extension feels okay. Neck. Let's go number 4. 2, 1, and release. Okay, so sometimes changing that grip, right? Like we do bicep curls, hammer, or regular bicep curls. Sometimes it maybe feels a bit different in the wrist and the elbow, so just be aware of that. Okay, so let's go up onto the feet, and I'm going to get you to do just body weight squats. No resistance, find a pace that works for you. So we're going to go 30 seconds of that, and of course you can always stay with it. If you can, you're going to do a drop squat for the next 30 seconds. So just squats. And the drop squat is where your feet go together, jump it wide and squat, and then keep repeating just your regular squats that feel okay here. 5 seconds. And the drop squat if you like, or modify if you need it. 3, 2, 1, and watch me again. So drop together, or side step together, side squat together. That could be an option. Maybe you're jogging and marching. You know, whatever feels best for you. Soften. Okay, keep going here. And 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, well done with that minute. Keep your feet moving. We're going to do a squat with a bicep curl. So not a bottom half and a full, just regular bicep curl. And it can be a hammer bicep curl or the regular twist. So squat and bicep curl. All right, so we are going to do this last round up here. We're going to do some chest work a little bit. We did some push-ups with 2 knees, like a short mountain climber. So 1 push-up, 2 knees, or we did the chest press with the leg drops, so a little bit of core with a chest press if you don't like doing push-ups. We'll get to that. Now, this is a little bit of legs and biceps. The tricep, you can always come back to kickbacks if you like. Otherwise, we'll do the overhead extensions. And we're going to do 1 bottom half, 1 full with those. So 3 more. Squat and lift. 1 more time. And okay. So I'm going to grab 1 weight. And I'm going to be nice and tall here. I'm going to do 1 bottom half. Back with it so you can see. Going 1 bottom, 1 full. 1 bottom, 1 full. Keep your elbows facing the front. 1 bottom, 1 full. If that feels too easy, stay and do more pulses in the bottom. More time under tension will help make it more difficult if you need it. Okay, let's go another 3. One more time. Before you feel that in your triceps and release. Okay, well done with those. Okay, now, last round of the conditioning. Yes, that will be the last round here. So if anybody wants to do a little bit more on this one, anybody wants to do burpees today? Maybe? Okay, so if you want to do burpees, or you want to do more of those, drop squats, or jog or march, I want you to choose whatever you feel you can. I'm going to do drop squats, and then I'm going to do some burpees. So 30 seconds of each. Let's give it a try. Let's go. Remember, you can jog, you can do a regular squat, right? If you don't like those, you're stepping. Perfectly fine. Okay, now, when I go into burpees, that's for anybody who wants to join me with that. Otherwise, you can modify your burpee, you can do a jog, you can do a march, whatever you feel you like. And another 3, 2, 1, and remember your choice. I'm going to go into a couple burpees, and I might even modify them for you to show you, even for my own benefit. Right? This is your last round of these. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and keep your feet moving. Excellent. All right, catch your breath and keep your feet moving. We're going to be taking it to the floor for chest press or push-ups. And we're going to add a little bit of core with that movement. Remainder of the class will be on the floor. So if you're unsure about the chest press or push-ups, bring your weights with you. And you may also want it for some of the other core that we are doing. Okay. So either push-ups or chest press. So so we did this one the other day. So if you do chest press, we want to go up and then extend, even stay with your feet lifted, right? 2 push-ups or 2 chest press, 1 and 1, or your push-ups and then 2 knees, okay? Let's go. 2 push-ups and 2 chest press, 2 knees, 2 and 2. Fun pace. If you are doing the leg drops or the 2 knees, make sure that you're keeping everything stable, right? We don't want to be rushing through the movement. Good. Push. Almost there. Last one. Okay, release. Okay, so we're adding core with this one. So I want you to flip it over onto your front, and you're going to do a 30-second plank. Then we'll repeat the push-ups or the chest press and 1-minute plank. First round, 30 seconds only. So let's take it into that position. 30 seconds is a pretty short one. I'm pretty sure everybody's good with that, even if you're at 20 seconds on your toes, 10 seconds on your knees, that type of thing. Let's get going now. 30 seconds only. Looking past your hands, let's keep that position. Pull your abdominal muscles in. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, either push-ups with 2 knees or chest press and 2 legs. 1 more round. We'll finish with a little bit more core, and we're pulling down, stretching after. So if you're going to do push-ups, 2 push-ups, 2 knees. So I'm going to do this time. So 2 push-ups. 1 and 1. Back to my knees. Fine for that for the push-ups. Remember, the chest press with the 2 leg drops is fine too. Good. Okay, another 10 seconds. So whatever option you're choosing, just a couple of reps left. 5 seconds to go. Okay, and release. Okay, now roll the shoulders. You're doing a plank now for a minute, so you can always do, half on your knees or half on your toes, half on your knees. And then if anybody wants to challenge, then go into reaches with your hands and toe taps, something like that. So it'll be a minute in total. Let's go now. This is your last of the planks of this regular plank. So if you want some variety, you can reach your hands in front. You can tap your toes. Just make sure you're stable. You can even do some up-down planks. If you get bored of holding stationary one minute, shake it up a little bit. Just past the 30-second mark. Neutral neck. So up downs, taps on your knees or your toes. Hold 15 seconds. Neutral neck. Keep going another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Excellent. Okay, we're not completely done our core, but I want you to sit back and rest for a second. We're going to do a little bit of side plank work. So if you can, you're in a side plank with the leg lift. And if you don't like the side plank, you're just going to do your leg lifts on the side anyways. Okay, so if I am in a side plank, I like to have my knee down just to keep stable here. If you can manage, you can do a full plank with the leg lift. That's going to be more challenging. All right, lift up. Let's go 15 leg lifts. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. And other side. Okay. Excellent work. Switching. Okay, into position, 15 leg lifts. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 at release. You feel that. Okay, onto your back. Glute bridges and dead bugs. Glute bridges and dead bugs. Little superset of these. So on the dead bugs, you may want to add some resistance. Glute bridges, both feet planted. No need to go up too high. I want you to feel your core engaged and you squeeze of your glutes. Barely touch and push back out. And this might be a good way to stretch out your front of your thighs as you squeeze the opposing muscles, right? And let's go another 5, 4, 3. One more time. And release. Okay, dead bug, if you can grab some resistance, go ahead. Even holding a band, right? Like sometimes even just holding something tight up at the top. Like if you have a loop band or even one of those resistance bands if you don't like holding the weight. And you just hold it. That's one way to do this. Or behind your head as you pull. Just keep engaging those muscles. One more each leg. Last one here. And then reset. Okay, one more round of the glute bridge and one more round of the bed bugs. And that should take us to some stretching time. Let's go up and down. Squeeze it up. Great exercise to do. There's a lot of times, even when we're doing squats and lunges, sometimes we don't feel the right muscles. To work those posterior chain muscles, really important. Let's go another 5 of these. 4. One more time. And release. Okay, one more set of the dead bugs with or without the weight. And single leg or both legs, adding the crutch or keeping your head down. Excellent. Just about there. We'll do some good recovery stretches, dynamic stretches. 2 more. One more. And release. Stay right on the back. Extend your legs, extend your arms. Let's take a nice good stretch. Lengthen your body. If that feels awkward on your low back, maybe you keep your knees slightly bent. Tilt. Bring the feet in. Hands come in. Bring a hug your knees towards your chest. We'll do the hamstring stretch and the glute stretch. So extend the one leg. And gently pull. You can flex the foot. Not forcing the stretch, just enough to gently stretch. Feel that. Let's take that into the glute stretch. Gently pull. And let's switch sides. Remember, it's not about forcing the stretch. It's about when you just start to feel it. That stretch. Shaking a little bit. Let's cross that over. Stretch. That's good. Let's roll it up to seated. Take it up onto the feet. And do some of those rotations, just nice and easy here. big reach. Hands behind your ears. Your hands behind your back. Tilt your head just slightly. Looks like it's going to be a nice day. In the moment, anyways. And other side. If you feel good after today's workout. All right, I'm going to stop the recording in a second. So stretch anything else that you need. And for those of you who are in person here, let's do some biceps and tricep stretches. Let's do the stopping first.